Here is a tip for you today. It's a tip about PyCharm. It's actually about a plugin which I would like to introduce to you. Let's install and use this plugin together. Go to File, Settings, and then go to Plugins. Or alternatively, you can just press Ctrl-Shift-A and then search for Plugins and then press Enter in the Plugins option. And that will show the same plugins window. Then look for live coding. But make sure you are in the Marketplace tab in here. And then install the live coding in Python plugin. Then press OK. And you should see these buttons added in here. If they are grayed out, then restart PyCharm. So close PyCharm and open it again. Then when you click somewhere in your main.py file, you'll see that the icons are now working, so you can press them. And so what we're going to do now is we are going to have a window where we can see the live result, the live output of this Python script. To do that, make sure that the Python script that we want to see live is the one selected in this drop-down list. So main, yes, that is selected in my case, and then press this black triangle. And then you should see this window here on the side. So what's happening here? Well, the live coding plugin of PyCharm is using these calls here, so the initialization of the classes and the call of the method here. And it is replacing the variables with their values all over the code. So normally when we run the code with the green triangle, what we get is the explicit output. So in this case, whatever we printed out with a print function in our code. So in case there was no print function here, and no print function here, but simply a call, a method call, and I run the code again, we will not get any output in the normal running process of our code. So this run, let's say the green triangle has to be explicit. But in this live coding view, we get the variable values displayed here live. So 120 for amount. This is the beginning of our code. The live coding plugin knows that we passed 120 for the amount when we created a bill instance here, and so that 120 goes to amount, and so we see now here that amount is equal to 120. And also period, so these two parameters have values. Period is March 2021. Because we gave that value in here as well, and then go up, you see how nicely the code is aligned with the output here. So the code on the left, the output on the right. And then we have self amount equal to 120, right? Because amount was 120, self amount is 120. Same for period, it has its own value. And then we go down to flatmate. Same for flatmate. So flatmate, when it was initialized, we passed John there, and days in house 20. But we also get these other input values because we initialized flatmate 2 times, as we can see here, 1 and 2. So for bill we only had 1 column of values. Here was bill. So only 1 amount and 1 period. For flatmates we have the inputs for both flatmate instances. And then same, we have what weight is currently. So the weight is calculated, and this live coding shows it, shows the value, the actual value for us, for the first flatmate, for the second flatmate. And then it shows to pay, the to pay variable, and then it shows the value of to pay in here. So return the value of to pay. So instead of variables, it shows values. you might ask, well, why doesn't it show this variable here? Well, it does not, because it doesn't know how to display a bill or how to display a flatmate. So how to display John there, it doesn't know, but it knows how to display strings and numbers, right? So I think this is very, very useful for beginners. If you're still learning Python, which I think you do, you can use this feature. So since you are taking this course, I think you are learning Python, and I think this will be useful to understand sometimes how things are working, so the flow of the data in a Python program. So thanks, I hope you like the tip, and I'll talk to you later.